All right, lads, some pretty big news over here on the JP version of the game. Well, it's another one of the Evocation festivals, part 8, where they bring back some of the old free-to-play servants, but this one brings BB out into the game. I mean, it's also bringing, obviously, you could see the Summer Yume Ren, it's bringing the Summer Ishtar, and it's bringing Kagetora, but BB, I think, is actually the most massive one that they brought back for this Evocation Festival, because previously she was only available with rare mana prisms, and the reason that's kind of a problem, and this is a big deal, is that BB is one of the better Moon Cancers in the game, and Moon Cancer is already a very small class to begin with. I mean, you have BB, who's free to play, but then you have BB Summer, Summer Kiara, and then Arcoweed, who are all limited. You could technically get, I don't know if I want to say lucky, but you could get lucky and pull Janako on a random banner because, she's not story locked or limited, but I think we can all agree that Janako's not quite the best Moon Cancer, to put it lightly. So BB being one of the better ones and the only single target of the 5 that we have, it makes her a really big deal, especially the whole reason I think they're releasing her right now is because Ordeal Call 2 revolves around the Avenger class, and Moon Cancers are really good at killing Avengers. So we're going to go over some of the details for this Evocation Festival in today's video, but before we begin, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for that daily and sometimes double daily FGO content if things are really getting crazy, and then obviously leave your thoughts in the comments down below. But first, let's talk about the information, then you can go ahead and drop your comment. So one of the other things that they did bring along with this Evocation Festival, I wonder if they actually show it on here, but it is the Kagetora buff. I wish they did chuck buffs for more of these guys. I do think that the Evocation Festivals, where they generally throw out like 3 or at least 2 buffs for the servants, I think are very, very helpful, because some of the servants, I don't want to say are feeling not like dated, but it would be nice to kind of give them something extra. I think Yume Ren and BB are fairly fine. You might be able to chuck them an NP upgrade so they can maybe do a little bit more damage, or maybe Yume Ren, I believe it's her first skill that has 2 different battlefields that she wants to be on that give her extra NP gain, but then again, they might not have wanted her to have, what is it, like, I think it's up to like 60% NP gain. I don't think they wanted her to have that, but maybe allow herself to guarantee Waterside or Sunlight Battlefield. That could have been a little nicer, but in general, she's probably still fine. And they already buffed BB's, I believe it's the first skill on her. I don't think they really had to chuck her another one. But the Kagetora one, I already did a video talking about this. Basically, they made it a 3-turn buff, so it makes her a lot better when she's going into long-form content, where you want to have her as less of a burst damage dealer and more of a consistent 3-turn damage dealer. And then they also gave her a 20% battery, which, if you go for her a pen skill, means she can start it with 40%. Double Castoria with that 60%, which you're obviously going to probably use with her, because arts, duh. That allows her to get to 100%. So being a free-to-play NP5, you might actually be able to use her in some 90+ content as well. So Kagetora is definitely going to be a helpful boon to a lot of players. They also made the costume available. I went and checked this. I think it was like the day after she came out over on stream, which is also linked in the description down below, by the way, if you want to check that out. But they did slide that in there for, I believe, 500 mana prisms. So if you do want the hood, which, who doesn't want the hood? It makes Kagetora look super sick. I think if you want to go for that, that is going to be in the Miss Crane shop, which I like. Don't gatekeep all these costumes. People just want to have these costumes that are available. So I think that's rather neat. Someone did bring up the idea, though, during the stream, that all of these servants that are free-to-plays that are tied to events coming back might lead them to not doing more reruns. I think they're still going to do reruns, as they obviously did the voting thing for the JP side of things. If you wanted to go vote for any reruns that we wanted to see, I think they'll just start rerunning things like the Lotto, or just random events that don't have actual free-to-plays tied to them. They could still always rerun stuff like that, or like a tower event, which I know aren't the most popular, but they could obviously throw those out there. But this is absolutely huge, bringing these guys out for free, because really all you have to do is either play events and get the whole like leaf items from the event shops, log in during the Evocation, festival things whenever these go down, and grab some of them, and you could pretty much grab them for free. I'm a little bit behind though. I will say that you do, as an NA player, want to start snagging these as soon as they are available on the NA version of the game. I think I'm still like 2 guys down. I don't remember who I don't have, but I'm still sitting on 2 of them that I really need to get. It's not the most detrimental thing. I've been able to get all the good ones that come out, but it's still like, man, I would really like to buy Jalter's coins, which is probably why I'm actually so low on the Leafs, because I just bought all of her coins. But if you are curious, we did break this down on the stream as well to kind of talk about the different servants that we still do not have available, and it's still a decent bit of them. I mean, if they're going to release 3 or 4 of them at a time, it's probably going to be a good like 3 or 4 Evocation festivals left, you know, somewhere around that ballpark, unless they want to chuck like 6 of them at us for some reason, like they did for the October Halloween event last year where they tried to bring all the Lizzes back. But who we are missing is we're still missing Eris from the Requiem event. We're missing the Summer Valkyries, which I desperately need because mine are stuck at Ascension 2, so I would love for them to bring them back. That also should mean that the Summer Valkyries, you should be able to get all of the versions of them. So if you're on the NA version and you're like, oh, for Summer 7, who do I pick? They're probably going to be available for the Evocation Festival. And when they brought back the Alter Ego Liz, you could get both of them, right? And that also is really good because if they ever get a NP upgrade or an interlude or something, you can do it for each of them individually, and so you get more Saint Quartz. So that is obviously going to be very good when they bring that around. We're waiting for Naknaria, you know, the Maeve-looking lady from Lost Belt 6. We're waiting for her from this previous summer. We're waiting for Satanta from the Draco event. We're waiting for Santa Nemo, but that dude literally just came out, so you know, it might be a fat minute. Same thing for Saika. She just came out for the recent Guda Guda event. Da Vinci Ruler, I imagine, is kind of on the horizon as we just got her summer event last year on NA. So, you know, it's been a fat minute since she's been out. Santa Martha also, I think, needs to come out. Taisway we're waiting on. The 9 Tattoo Dragon Eliza we're still waiting on. Then we're waiting on Renmaru and Io, which out of the group of servants, really, there's not like any more like super high value ones. Like the Summer Valkyries are a pretty good looper, right? Satanta's a very decent, you know, quick DPS. Santa Nemo's pretty solid. You know, Saika's obviously very solid. Da Vinci Ruler's kind of a good free-to-play support. Santa Martha is a good free-to-play support. It's just a little wonky because her NP is quick. And then, you know, like Io is a very good arch looper in and of herself. I think we're getting her later on this year over here on NA, and I'm very excited for that because Io is definitely a very strong servant. But, you know, let me know in the comments down below, which of these guys are you the most excited for? And I guess going into the next couple of Evocation festivals that we're going to have, which is one of the ones that you're really most looking forward to. It can be more of like a personal preference pick. It could be, you know, something you're just, you know, wanting to get because you really like the servant or you think they're really strong. I mean, dude, I love this art, dude. I love BB and Kagor just being absolute fiends. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's going pretty good over here on JP. We are slowing down a little bit, I want to say, because I know we were like, oh, maybe they're kind of speeding things up, but we're still getting a decent chunk of content. Like being able to get 4 free-to-play servants is always really good. And again, if you're playing JP and you can't like read any of the missions, basically you just log in, you know, every day and you'll get about like 50 to 30 leaves on average. Sometimes you get 80. Then you also get Saint Quartz every couple of days. So make sure you're doing that. And then do not forget to bring the actual free to plays to different missions. You know, you get more leaves and Saint Quartz for getting them to level 40 and then bringing them to 5 missions where they are in the front line. And then you'll get extra leaves to kind of buy some of the other guys. And then once you finish all the missions, you get a lore and you get 2 quartz. And I think it's the CE that they were able to draw up for the Evocation Festival. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!